Welcome back. There's a live look outside from the Oregon coast. Our Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera in Lincoln City. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. We all know people who seem to suck the energy out of a room with their negativity. Hopefully you are not the energy vampire. Our next guest joins us today to help flip the switch with her new book, Sovereign. Reclaim your freedom, energy, and power in a time of distraction, uncertainty, and chaos. We welcome Dr. Emma Seppala. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Hannah. I'm happy to be here.
So tell me about the concept of an energy vampire versus an enhancer or an energizer. What are the characteristics of those two very different types of people?
Well, like you said, we know what it's like to be around certain people that leave us feeling more drained and tired after we spend time with them. But what research shows is that there's also another type of person, which are energy enhancers, and they leave us feeling more enlivened, more energized, more enthusiastic. So there's been so much talk about energy vampires, and yet this new research that's been done in organizations, companies, where they found that, whoa, there were certain parts of the company that were super productive. What was going on there? They always found one individual at the center of it. And it's as if they have this life-giving kind of effect on the people around them.
That's really exciting. So is it possible, if you kind of see some traits of being an energy vampire in yourself, to make some changes and go in a more positive direction?
Yeah, that's the good news. So actually, some of my colleagues went into these kinds of organizations where there are a lot of depleting leaders, and they could turn them around. So we all have that possibility. And one of the ways that we can do this is to take care of ourselves. We know that it's really hard to give from an empty cup. But another way also is that these people tend to interact with others through micro moments of upliftment. You know, every exchange we have, whether it's at the supermarket with someone or with a teacher at our school, at the school our kids go to, is an opportunity to see something kind, to uplift another person, to be grateful, to just acknowledge their humanity.
That's a really nice way to put it. And what about blame and forgiveness? That can be kind of an overwhelming concept at times, but finding little ways to make that work can put you in a more positive aspect.
Exactly. So what we see is that these energy enhancers live their life with human values. So these very common human values, it sounds simple, but it has such a profound effect. One of these is forgiveness. So humility, kindness, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness is one of them. And, you know, sometimes we think, well, why should I forgive people if they've hurt me? But what the research actually shows is that when you hold a grudge, it actually impacts your mental health and well-being. And so when you forgive others, it actually benefits you the most.
Yeah, that's a great point too. What about being able to focus on what's going right instead of things that are going wrong? I think a lot of us are guilty sometimes. It's a lot easier. The negative things tend to stand out, especially in our memory more often.
Well, absolutely. And with the news cycle and everything going on, it's so easy to just focus on the negative. And yet research shows that 3 times more positive things happen to us every day than negative. So, when we focus on the negative, it has a depleting effect on us, just like an energy vampire. We can have our own sort of depleting effect on ourselves by focusing on the negative. And yet, you know, if we have a roof above our head, if we've had a meal, if we're largely healthy, we're able to, go out and enjoy our life in a relatively free way. We're doing really, really well compared to a large part of the population on this planet.
Yeah, that's good perspective too. What about just very simple acts like showing interest in your coworkers, your loved ones, folks around you? That can kind of help push you in a more positive energy as well.
Absolutely. So what I love about this research is that when you uplift another person, when you're there for someone else, again, even in these micro moments of exchange with a cash register person, saying something nice or sharing a joke or just a brief moment of kindness, what happens is not only does the other person leave uplifted, you yourself leave uplifted. That's the beauty about these kinds of exchanges, is that they're not energy depleting. It's not energy depleting to uplift another person or help another person. It actually enhances your own energy too. So it's a win-win.
I love that. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. It was great chatting with you today.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure.
The book again is Sovereign. Reclaim your freedom, energy, and power in a time of distraction, uncertainty, and chaos. And we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.